the Hood Journal. I'm here with
Lassie more.
Lifestyle getting reckless, too hot, can't check this. Bitch, I'm living like the Fresh Prince. I don't wanna do no Netflix, that's it straight to the section. Bad bitches in my section, liquor come make it hectic. Take her home, then she naked. Got a block like it's Tetris, I ain't showing her the exit.
Yes, sir. Lassie more. I like to start off with my interviews by giving them, I guess, their flowers of appreciation. Thank you so much for linking up with me, chopping it up with me, so we can get this interview done, my boy.
Also, appreciate you too. Thank you for having me, and let's get to it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lassie more. Let's get straight into it. Talk to me a little about your upbringing. For me, I understand that you grew up in Harlem. You could tell me what part of Harlem for you, what was it like growing up in Harlem, and things like that.
Yeah, so I'm from Broadway, 135 Broadway, and I feel like growing up in Harlem for me was always something that was very much a character builder. You see and meet a lot of different people. You see and understand and go through a lot of different things. So my part of Harlem is very much Spanish. My part of Harlem is very much loud sometimes, basketball parks and people, parties, things like that. So I feel like not only were the people a big factor in my growing up, but also just the environment and things that go on in that environment was a big part of my growing up and my upbringing.
Right. What role did it play in your personality and like how you carry yourself today?
It played a huge part. Like we talked about a little before the interview, I try to keep myself calm and I try to keep myself with a smooth demeanor. I don't want to be too rah-rah, I don't never be too loud and too obnoxious, but I feel like being calm is a swag that a lot of people don't have. It's a lost art. So I feel like that part of Harlem is definitely the biggest thing that I take away from it. And seeing others like me, like for example my uncle, that's one of my biggest motivators and factors. He's a very calm dude, but he's fly, he's understanding, he handles business, and that's one thing that him being in Harlem and running the streets of Harlem and knowing Harlem and others like that is something that I always took away from it and just wanted to apply to myself.
Right. I want to take a different part of that question in terms of like we said before the interview, you have a quiet confidence to you, a calmness. What does it take for you to be loud or to be, I guess, I wouldn't say boisterous, I'm struggling to find a word right now, but like, what does it take for Lassie more to get upset and be loud or, get outside his comfort zone?
I think what it takes for me is, family issues, I would say, or people testing my patience or not communicating or not being down to earth. I feel when people see that you're calm and you're quiet, they take that as a weakness and not an understanding of the fact that I'm very much in control of my emotions all the time. It's not me that I can't be loud and I can't be, excited for certain things, but my choice to not to and to choose when I do that. So I think that's what it takes for me to be that way so much. Right.
I respect that. I feel like I had being a little person, I had a situation last week where I had lost my cool, and I'm kind of known for, being calm and things like that. And sometimes I struggle with, if being calm. I've been called nonchalant in the past. So that makes me feel good. It makes me feel reassured that you say that because like it's okay to be calm.
I think also it's a safety net. Like for example, I tell like my lady all the time, like whenever we go outside together or there's an issue, like I'm gonna always stay calm first, or I'm always gonna keep my composure before anything happens, because 30 seconds of your emotions being lost, or 30 seconds of your emotions, 15 seconds of your emotions not being in control can change your whole life. And that goes to fighting, that goes to screaming, arguing, whatever it may be. If you're not in control of your emotions and your mental in a lot of scenarios, then you don't have a lot of control over your life. So I think being nonchalant, being calm, and having that demeanor is never a bad thing, especially when you know that you're in control of it.
Right, exactly. Like I had a situation last week, I was telling you where 10 minutes, and I don't know if you see the cut on my face, I don't know behind the camera, but 10 minutes leads to that, so it's like, definitely learning how to be better and control my emotions, and understanding that, it's okay to be cool, calm, and collected. It might be better off from it. Any memories that stand out, good or bad, for you growing up on Broadway, growing up in Harlem?
Of course, like, I have a lot of family over here, so some of the best memories I have is being spent with family, And in turn, I have a lot of bad memories also that's with family involved. When you have a big family, there's issues that occur, but there's also a lot of good times, a lot of cookouts, a lot of basketball games, I would say, a lot of parties, even just being outside with the pump or being outside riding scooters, certain things like that. Those are all memories that I have growing up on them summer days. And even in the winter times, I had a great grandmother who lived right across here, who we'd go to her house for fish fries, for card games, for family gatherings. So, those are memories that are always going to stick with me and help build for what I want for my family at some point in time, or what I want for my life. Just having that foundation always keeps me motivated. But like I said too, the downside of it is that, I know with a lot of people in your family, or a lot of people that know of your family, like things can get dangerous, things can get hectic or get taken out of pocket. So with the good and the bad, I try to keep myself balanced and always remember both sides of it.
Yes, sir. Well said. Lassie, when did music become a part of your life?
Music became a part of my life since I was like 4, honestly. Like I said before, me and you spoke a little bit. I played the violin growing up. I was in chorus. And then, in 6th grade, I was in this program called Rosie's Kids, who was led by Rosie O'Donnell, and we did performances, dancing, singing. So even in the household, I used to go down to Virginia a lot of summers, and I remember my parents playing Jaheim, or my aunt playing Usher before she go out, hearing Jay-Z. And this is from very young. So music always stuck with me because it was something that was a part of my daily life. It was something that I encountered on a regular. It wasn't like I heard music here and there, like I wake up and hear music, I go to sleep and hear music still playing in the background, or I just listen to a bunch of songs on my MP3 at 9 for like hours at a time just because it was so infatuating to me.
Right. It sounds like you said, music has been a part of your life since you was the age of 4, so if it almost feels like you was destined to have a career in music in some way. If you wasn't doing music, what do you think you would be doing?
If I wasn't doing music, I think I'd be doing a couple of different things. Like one point in time, I had a podcast, More From The Block, and that was something that I was really focused on and really serious about. I feel like speaking and being able to talk to people, and whether I'm in front of the camera or behind the camera or asking the questions, answering the questions, has always been something that was interesting to me and something that's always been a part of who I am as a person. I feel like I'm a great person to have a conversation with, but I also feel like I'm a great person to listen to, or listen to other people as well, I guess you could say. Maybe also like I over time, I liked acting. I did a couple of plays with, my after school programs when I was a kid. I did a couple of plays with some people from my community growing up. So I feel like maybe even if it wasn't music, I would have found my way in front of the camera. Whether it be, again, podcasting, acting, who knows, something of that nature.
Fire. I definitely got to tap into that podcast. I didn't know that was a part of your repertoire, so that's fire, bro.
Yeah, for sure.
Yes, sir. Do you feel like you were destined to have a career in music?
I don't know. Honestly, I feel like I'm destined just to be great, if I'm being honest. Like, and I say that in the most humblest way. Like, people tell me all the time, and I feel that burden just because it's not only myself who sees it, it's others who tell me and they see it. And this is sometimes people who met me for 5 minutes, or sometimes people who know me since I was 6 and see me at 18 and said, wow, I expect you to do so and so and so because of what you were like as a kid. So honestly, maybe destined for music might be the case, but I just feel like I was destined for greatness, honestly.
Fire, I respect that. That's a bar, destined for greatness. That's a bar. With music being a part of your daily life, every portion of your life you had that music. When was that moment when you decided to try it out yourself and start testing out your talent with the music?
I wouldn't say it was one specific moment. I would say it was accumulation of moments. In 2022, I think I recorded my first song, and that came after me being with my friends, and we would just listen to beats. And I always freestyled. With my friends. I always was rapping, always was writing. But we sat and we spoke, and it was like it's a possibility that we could do this for real, as far as being a team that has music coming out and being known for that. So I feel like that's the moment where something finally clicked for me, and I realized that like my life could take a whole different path if I just really put my head down and focus on music because of the talent that I have.
Walk me through where you felt comfortable enough to like double down and realize that, okay, there's a future for me with music. I could be a musician, I could do shows, I could have a team. Walk me through that time period.
That time period honestly was really confusing, and if I'm being honest, it was confusing, it was nervous. I feel like I was very worried about what other people would say more so than worried about what product I could give to people. I was more so worried about looking like everybody else in a time period where everybody's being a rapper, but everybody's not really a rapper. But everybody's trying to be this something that they're not. And so for me, it was very hard because I had to figure out how did I want to present myself to others, and then how did I want to have myself perceived from others. And those are things that I really had to sit down and think with myself about and talk to myself about, because it's one thing just to put out music, but you have to think about the content, the lyrics, what beats are you choosing, who you choosing to shoot. Like, it's a lot of things that go into it. So that time period of me realizing that I could do this music, I had to understand that not everybody's gonna love it. I had to understand that some people are going to love it. And it was really just a matter of putting more confidence in myself and trusting that whatever I do or say, will be respected and be liked, and you know, people will actually take it serious.
Right. I love that because I just love that you were able to be honest with yourself, have that conversation with yourself. I know, I don't mean to get personal, but like as an overthinker, especially with me doing these interviews, I have a lot of conversation with myself, whether like, is what I'm doing like worth it? Like, are people even gonna watch it? Are people gonna take it serious? So I love that we're able to connect, you feel me, as two black men, and feel me, like I know that what I'm going through, someone else is going through, and I love that you was able to talk yourself through it and get out of that little headspace, like get out of your own head type of thing.
Of course, and I feel like with anything that you do, whether it be being an interviewer, whether it's being a basketball player, whether it's being a chef, like you're gonna question yourself and you're gonna question what other people think of you. And the deciding factor, if you move forward, is do you have enough confidence in yourself? Do you have enough trust in yourself? Do you have enough stability to where, like I said before, you can contain your emotions to where if somebody says, yo, your song sucks, you're not, well, you know what I'm saying? Like, or somebody say, yo, bro, you don't got no left hand, well, like, you know what I'm saying? It's a lot of different things that go into that. So I feel like being able to express that to you and you being able to express that to me can help the next person who doesn't even know what they want to do yet, but they know when it's time for them to do it, that they'll be able to have a conversation with themselves and get to where they need to be so that they could release whatever it is that they want to showcase to the world.
Right, and then this is just a disclaimer, I'm just curious, so I don't feel like this really, but if I was to come up to you and tell you, yo, the Don't Get It track is whack, like, how would you respond? What would you say?
That's your cup of tea, you know, and that's fair, because at the end of the day, there's people who are going to come up to me and tell me the opposite. Now, if it's multiple people coming up to me telling me, like, this is not it, and, you know, you could do this so better, like, I love criticism. I love being able to tell, like, you could do this better, you could fix this. It's different than, yo, you just suck, or that shit garbage. You know, it's a completely different thing. But I feel like I said before, you gotta take everything with a grain of salt. You gotta understand you can't take everything personal either as well. Like, some people really just don't like a certain sound, and if that's the sound that I'm bringing to them or the sound that I'm introducing them to, and they don't like it, that's their God-given right.
Yeah,
but I can't take anything personal. I can't let what one person tell me stop my whole, you know, career, honestly.
Yeah, respect that, because for one person that doesn't like it, there's probably 100 people that love it. So
it takes sometimes.
Nah, for sure. So speaking about your latest track, before we talk about Don't Get It, because I know that's the most recent one, talk to me about how your 2024 has been with the music. Any drops, any music that you want the people to tap into specifically?
Yeah,
talk to me about the last couple months.
For sure. Last couple months, I put out one song, and I'm kind of glad that I did put out that one song, because in the time that I haven't been putting out songs, I've been working, I've been writing, I've been, you know, trying to find new beats that fit my sound or don't fit my sound, so I could probably tap into a different sound. And with this year, the first 6 months, I dropped 2 videos. I dropped a video for Down to a T, and I dropped a video for Better or Worse. The 2 videos are from songs that was on my previous EP. And I feel like those 2 songs are good songs that I feel need a little bit of attention, whether that be me marketing it better or just, you know, having somebody share it and then they shared it, but a bunch of other times. You know, I feel like this year with the music for me has been a learning curve, but it's also been a confidence that has been implemented in me, because people who I don't even know honestly have come up to me and told me, oh, I like your music, or I've been listening to this, or I heard this from you and that's fire. So not rushing to put out anything has helped me understand that what I do put out or what I will put out will have an impact eventually or even rapidly. So that's all it's been for me so far this year, just learning and continuing to work on my craft.
Yes, sir, as you should, bro. I want to talk about one of the tracks. I want to talk about Down to a T. I was able to watch was that the music video with your lady?
Yes, that's the music video with me and my lady.
Yes, talk to me about that track. It almost sounded like it was a love letter to her. Like, it was very...
Kind of. I tell her all the time, she's my musical muse. I won't lie, like, I definitely do write songs about her, or I'll write songs about our situations, because that's the truest form of, you know, my art. And so Down to a T was shot in Toronto. We went to Toronto for a weekend to celebrate Valentine's Day. And my girlfriend, 40, she shot the video herself. She edited the whole thing herself. And, you know, that was really a dope experience to have somebody that I'm very passionate about show passion in something that I'm passionate about, you know. So that video was really cool to me. And I like that song a lot. I like the fact that I get to express myself to the world about how I feel about her, and I get to showcase it as well in a music video for something that me and her were doing that wasn't even planned, honestly, until like a week before.
Wow, that's fine. To go all the way to Toronto, it sounded like it was spontaneous, but I feel like it worked out
in a
lot of ways.
I had a great time. I know she enjoyed herself a lot, and the fact that we have this memory that comes from it, the everlasting music video, is the cherry on the top of it, honestly.
Yes, sir. Happy to hear that, boss. Talking about Don't Get It, I know your most recent track.
Don't Get It. Don't Get It, I feel like is a confidence slash like a I'm coming song. So it's a song where I feel like people don't really understand that I can make songs that's not just lyrics or slow, I can make songs that's a little bit more up and a little bit more aggressive because, like you said, I do have that calm, quiet demeanor, but it's to let you know that y'all don't get that I got more coming and y'all don't get that I really do this, and I feel like that's it, they just don't get it yet. And over time they will get it, and over time I feel like that song will be one of the ones that staples his arrival and his dominance to what I feel will be coming eventually.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And what is coming exactly?
Well, I would say what's coming is a lot more attention to my music as far as the details that I'm implementing in it, the details that I'm implementing to my music videos or whatever, however I decide to market, however I decide to, really advocate for myself and my team. So with this, as far as Don't Get It and other songs that I have dropping, I really want people to hear that they're not all gonna sound the same. They may have similar cadences, they may have similar lyrics possibly, but the demeanor of it and the mood and the tones of them won't be the same, and the messages won't be the same, but they're all going to be fire in their own right. They're all going to be respectively good songs to listen to in their own right. So that's what I feel like is coming.
I love that. With that said, feel me, with you dropping, songs with that same level of passion, but that are going to be different in sound, cadence, and lyrics, how would you describe your sound to someone that's never listened to you before?
I would describe my sound as smooth. I would describe my sound as calm. Like you said, I think those are two big things, and smooth and calm can be taken a lot of different ways from different people. Some people take smooth and calm as boring, but I feel like smooth and calm could be the perfect way to introduce yourself to somebody, or smooth and calm could be the right way to let somebody know that there's a levelness to him, that when you tap into that side, you get something else. So when you tap into another side, you get somebody who could be upbeat and somebody who raps fast and has all different ad-libs and things like that come with it. But I have a side where I could express how I feel about my lady, or how I feel about ladies in the past, or different situations that I've had, and or real life experiences and things like that.
Talk to me about the next 6 months of this year. Talk to me about what the fans should expect from you with the music, projects. What's in store for you as we wrap up 2024?
As we wrap up 2024, we get to the halfway point of it. I have a couple more singles that's ready to drop now as far as release dates and everything. So I have like a player coming out with Dre Glizzy. I'm very excited for everybody to hear that. We've worked on that for a while now. I'm excited for everybody to see the video. I have 2 more songs coming out. I recently did one on the Harlem's Finest platform, Drunk Barz with Christina. That is, what's the name of that song? I'm trying to remember. Roll Bounce. Roll Bounce is one that I have coming out soon. I'm very excited about Roll Bounce. I recorded that a couple of weeks ago, and I can't wait for people to hear that. I just came back from DR. I shot a video out there again.
Fire.
Yeah, and then I want to do another performance. I want to do some more shows, because I feel like that's what separates me a lot from other artists, just the ability to perform and my ability to have a deep attention to the things that you need from when you perform, or just being a good performer. I feel like that's another thing that people should expect from me in 2024. And another project. I'm definitely going to put another project, if not 2, well, definitely 1 project. And this, I want to have them where the sounds are Lassie staples, where you know that when you hear a Lassie project, it's going to have this, and it's going to have it in multiple ways that are fun to listen to, but it's also entertaining. It's also a learning experience about myself. So those are the things that I really want to end the year off with as far as when it comes to my music.
Yes, sir. Yes, so looking forward to all the new things you got coming. Looking forward to more performances, more dope things coming from Lassie. More. You touched a little bit on this on your last answer, having a track on the way with Dre Glizzy. Talk to me about how you were able to link up with Harlem's Finest LLC, and what's it been like working with them?
It's been amazing. I love it. But linking up with Harlem Finest really started with linking up with Christina, and me and Christina met through just being from the same hood. And from the moment I met her, she's always had respect for me, and it's been mutual, and she's always had an understanding and a vision for me that sometimes I didn't see myself, honestly. And she told me from one of the first times that I ever interviewed music on my close friends, like, look, I want to be your manager. I want to work with you. I want to do certain things when it comes to you and your music. So she has been a huge factor in Lassie Moore becoming Lassie Moore, but she's also been one of my better friends and people that I've connected with. Same thing with Dre and with Cooley. They both have been people who I would have never expected them to be in my life But now that they're here, I can't envision life without them.
Yes, sir.
Cooley is one of the funniest people that I hang out with. Like, she is just a comedian to me, but she's also very talented, and she's also very, very versatile. She does the singing, she does the rapping, but I feel like she has another level to her that she probably doesn't know she tapped into yet. But when she does tap into it, and when she finally lets that inner demon, I would say, out, I feel like she's gonna be a problem. Dre, same thing. Like, Dre reminds me of myself a lot because he's very talented, and it's under the radar. He's not everywhere and everybody doesn't know him, but that boy can rap, and he can rap really well, and he is very talented, very smart. His word selection, his beat choices are things that sometimes when I look and I hear, I'm like, whoa, like, I gotta step my game up.
Yes, sir.
So being around them, like I said, is always fun, but it's also a learning experience, and it's also just a good feeling to have genuine people around me who are on the same time as far as wanting to be great.
Yes, sir. That's dope. That's dope. Shout out Harlem's Finest, A. Cooley, Christina, Dre. With that being said, and I know you also spoke about being a part of the Drunk Barz platform. I know a new Mike Freestyle platform that they got cooking up. Mm-hmm. What do you expect from Drunk Barz moving forward and from Harlem's Finest moving forward? What should the people expect from you guys?
I expect, and people should expect, for a lot more performances, a lot more dope performers to come on there, a lot more dope rappers, singers, to get on there and showcase their platform. I think it's an amazing thing. I feel like there's never too many platforms for people to showcase their talents, and Drunk Barz is one that is close to home, and it's gonna blow up soon. I know that for a fact. Like, there's not an ounce of non-belief in my body that it won't blow up. It's something that she's giving artists a platform to showcase themselves, and I don't know any artist who won't take a platform to showcase themselves, especially in a time period where it's so much that you have to do to get on or to be seen. So I expect a lot of greatness from Drunk Barz, and I expect even a lot more greatness from Harlem's Finest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lassie, before we get into quick hitters, what advice do you have for the younger generation, or anybody that's looking to get a part of the music industry but doesn't necessarily know where to start or what to do first?
Well, the first piece of information or advice that I would give them is just be confident in yourself. Really just trust yourself and know that there's nobody like you. There's nobody like me, there's nobody like the Hood Journals, there's nobody like Christina. Everybody's different, and you just have to tap into what makes you you and showcase to the world. Showcase that to the world and let them love it. Don't feel like because you see 100 Glock Boom niggas that you gotta be Glock Boom, man. Don't feel like you see 100 Cash Cobains, you gotta be Cash Cobain. Like, it's always great to take parts from other people and to take parts from your inspirations and use that into building your character. But be an individual, and I feel like that once you are your own individual and you are confident in yourself, you can do whatever it is that you love and showcase to people, because like we said before, people are gonna love it. It's just a matter of it being authentic and you being authentic.
Yes, sir. Well said. Well said. I bet. Lassie, more, thank you so much for the interview. Let's get into some quick hitters, some fun questions I want to get into. Lassie, let's go. You already spoke about being out the country, going to Toronto, going to DR. I'm pretty sure you've been a lot of different
places.
Right. What's one place you want to visit before your time is up?
One place I want to visit before my time is up is Greece. Definitely go see Greece.
Why Greece? That's fire.
I've always seen pictures of Greece, and honestly speaking, Rick Ross has a song called Santorini, Greece that I just I want to listen to out there. Realistically, I just want to listen to it out there and just be in that moment and experience that. I've seen it and it looks amazing, so I definitely want to go out there and visit it.
All right, swag, I bet. Speaking about Rick Ross music, if you were stuck on an island and you could only listen to one album, what would that album be and why?
Damn, if I was stuck on an island and could listen to one album, I really had two in my head, but I think if I had to go with one, it might be Championships Meek Mill.
Okay.
It might be Championships Meek Mill just because of where I was at when that album dropped, what it did for me. The amount of songs with it that I feel like not only can I relate to, but I can also just vibe to, I could grow from, I could just get game from. I feel like that album was one of the ones for me.
Okay, I like that. And this is just for jokes and giggles. Are we still jacking Meek Mill?
Man, it's been tough for me these last 4 weeks. He's one of my favorite artists. I won't even lie, I won't even jokes. Like, of course we're gonna crack jokes on him, but that's still my guy. I ain't gonna lie to you. I've listened to Meek since I was in 7th grade. So what is that, 12, 13, like being 26 now, and having experienced things and being able to listen to it and see it from a different place that I was then to now, just like that's always gonna be one of my favorites. No matter all the jokes and all the shit that they talk about him, I gotta rock with my guy.
I respect your loyalty to him. That's what's up. I know some people that would have switched up. So
yeah, it's gonna happen. It happened when he was beefing with Drake. So but that's my guy. I can't front. I won't never switch up on him. He definitely is an artist that really helped for me finding myself and just finding music also too.
Respect. Lastly, let's go. Dinner with any 5 people, dead or alive. Who would they be and
Dinner
why?
any 5 people, dead or alive.
And they don't have to be celebrities.
Don't have to be celebrities. That's a tough one. Let me think. Kevin Hart. I want to say with Kevin Hart. He's a comedian, but I also feel like Kevin Hart is a down to earth person. I would love to have dinner with him. Hov for sure. I won't lie to you.
Okay.
Kobe. I would like to say with Kobe. You know, his mindset when it comes to just being great is something that I think I could use a lot of game on.
I like that.
My uncle. My uncle, he is one of the, like I said, one of my biggest inspirations, one of my biggest motivators. He would definitely be at the dinner table with us. And you don't have to be a celebrity, so of course my little brother Shane, he is another person who always inspires me, always makes me want to be great. You know, he challenges me, he pushes me, so that'd be my 5 right there.
That's fire. I love that 5. I think the most important part of the question, what's on the menu for that dinner? What are you guys eating?
Oh yeah, we eating straight pasta. It's like we gonna do Carmine's possibly because I know Carmine's is dope. I love Carmine's pasta.
Okay.
Whole bunch of Alfredo, whole bunch of linguine, and then we gonna do wine for the drinks. A whole bunch of wine, maybe a little tequila shots here and there, but that's the menu for that dinner looking like.
That sounds valuable. Hopefully I could go to that dinner. But
yeah, of course.
Lastly, let's go. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
If I could have one superpower, what would it be? That's tough. Like, sorry, super speed. I'd be late as hell everywhere. So super speed would save a lot of trouble that I have in my life.
Yeah, I respect that. I mean, you wasn't late to the interview, so.
I wasn't late today. I'm glad. I'm proud of myself.
Got you. That you would have pursued acting. That would have been one of the many things you would have pursued. If you weren't doing music, I guess if you could star in any movie, what movie would that be?
If I could star in any movie, what movie would it be? Is that like just a movie that's out already, or my own kind of movie, like I'm making it up?
Or I guess whatever you decide. Or I know another version of this question that's been asked is if you could have an actor, I guess, play like a role in like a documentary starring you, like who would it be too?
Who would it be? All right, so I think Dancing Idris, another dog. Ladies love him. That's for sure. He could play me.
I respect it.
I think if I do a movie, I would like to do something with Denzel.
Fire.
Like something fire with Denzel. Not even like He Got Game 2, like a whole new concept where Denzel is probably like a mentor to me, or you know, something like that. Denzel, I just watched Equal Out to 3, so
okay.
I'm seeing the range from him being, like I said, He Got Game to him being however old he is now, still dominating the acting world. So something with Denzel.
Yes, sir. That's fire. I bet. Who's one artist that you want to work with before it's all said and done?
One artist that I want to work with before it's all said and done. That's a tough one. I feel like there's a lot of different artists that I really like.
Or you can say more than one if you want.
Oh, of course. Like Wayne. Wayne is one artist that I would love to work with, even if it's, you know, minimal. I don't care. That's one artist who I listen to my whole life too. Big, and I would love to work with Wayne just because they say he don't write. They say he just, you know, it's all off the head. So challenge me like that is something I would definitely love to do. Also love to work with me too. I said my favorite Ross, you know, Hov. I'm trying to think. Future, he's a hit maker. So I would love to work with Future one day. But
that's fine.
That's off the top of my list what I can think of.
Let's go. What's one thing that people may learn, that people don't know about you that might surprise them?
What's one thing that people don't know that might surprise? I don't know. I feel like that's a tough one. I feel like it's not much to me, but there's a lot of things that people wouldn't know. I think one of the funniest things is that when I was a baby, I was 10 pounds 2 ounces.
Oh,
Straight
damn.
Yeah.
He was a heavy baby.
I may not look like it now, you know, I got not frail, but slim. But yeah, I was a huge baby, so that's I guess something that's...
At least you're not a big bag, so...
Nah, I hope, you know, I work out, so hopefully when people say I got a big bag, I take it in that way, so I'm not a fat bag, I take it like that.
For sure, you got a strong bag, I respect it. Say no more. My son be doing his lap pull downs, know that.
All that, I stay in the gym, I gotta stay right.
Yes, sir. Lastly, as we approach the end of the interview, what's your ultimate goal with the music? What do you hope to accomplish with the music? What do you want to get done when it's all said and done with your music career?
Ultimately, I want to just change my family dynamic. You know, I want to put us in a situation where we really do have generational wealth. Like a lot of people say that, but you know, it don't mean the same thing. Like I want my music to be able to provide for my grandkids, whether it be, you know, my music, or maybe an artist that I find later off in life, or it just be me being an artist and then leading to me eventually getting to do the acting and getting to do the podcasting again. You know, I just want music to be a stepping stone which allows me to broadcast my various talents to the world. But I also want music to put me in a position where I can take care of everybody who's ever taken care of me. And that's really, really the basis of it. Like, I just want to be able to take care of those who took care of me, those who looked out for me, those who struggled with me, those who helped me. Every person who's ever fed me, clothed me, or did whatever, I just want to be able to show them love and take care of them in a way that they haven't been able to have that before.
Yes, sir. You well on your way, boss. You well on your way.
Appreciate it a lot. Right with me.
Yes, sir, for sure.
Right with me.
I feel the same way, bro. It's
100%.
like the people, like even you, like the people that actually take their time to like watch my content. Like, I want to do this for them, and I also want this to be a stepping stone to maybe when this does pop off. So, because we're gonna speak into existence, maybe I could do a clothing brand, maybe I could get into modeling, or I could do different things. But you know, like you said, I want to use this as the foundation for everybody else and take care of the people that took care of me on the come up. So that's why I respect the answer so much.
Of course, I thank you. I appreciate your answer too.
Yes, sir. Lassie, who do you want to see next on the Hood Journal?
Dre Glizzy.
Yeah,
Dre Glizzy. I want to see Dre Glizzy on the Hood Journals for sure. I feel like that is an underrated artist. That's my brother, but a lot of people don't realize the talent that he has and a lot of knowledge that he has. So I definitely want to see him on the Hood Journals next, and I can't wait for that interview because I know it's going to happen.
Yes, so the first time I interviewed anybody associated with Harlem Finance, it was A. Cooley in about November 2022.
In the car.
Right, exactly, in the car, right outside of where we at. If you know, you know.
Facts.
And she also said Dre Glizzy, so it's been a year and some change. We gotta get the Dre Glizzy interview done.
He gonna come in for sure. He gonna get on for sure.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Lassie Moore, marks the end of the interview. Talk your ish segment. Anybody want to shout out? Anything want to give your chest to the people they want to have?
Of course, Trip Entertainment. That's my label. My brothers. You know, that's for sure one of the people who started helping me with my music. All my friends, Bradley, Ralph, all my niggas who listen to my music and give me criticism or who let me know what's up when I'm right or wrong. I appreciate them. My lady, 40, I love you. You know, a big pioneer and a big inspiration to what I do. My siblings, my mother, my grandmother, my little cousin that you just met, my baby Demi, all of them, you know, my family, anybody who loves me, I just want to shout them out. I want to shout out people who don't like me also. I want to shout out people who don't fuck with me because without you, I really would have no reason to, you know, keep going, or no reason to feel like I have to keep fighting. You know, when you feel like you're too good or too many people love you, you don't have that drive or that fight in you. But when there's people who doubt you or people who don't think that you are as good as you say, they keep you going and keep coming to prove. So thank you to them too, honestly. Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Lassie Moore, thank you so much for this interview. Thank you so much for linking up with me and locking in with me.
Always.
Yes, sir. Sharing wisdom. Keep being you. Keep doing your thing. Keep being the best version of yourself, bro. And until next time, my boy.
Appreciate you.
Yes, sir. That's a wrap.